Hey guys, so it's me Alexis and welcome to my astrology channel, and today I'll be covering the Virgo rising. After this video, you guys should comment on which rising sign I should cover next. I'll look at the request and then, cover the most popular sign and then cover that next week. So yeah, without further ado, let's go to Virgo. So when it comes to Virgo, Virgo is a mutable sign. And I've mentioned this in my Pisces rising video. Mutable risings are harder to notice, and this is especially true for Virgo. Virgo is symbolized as the servant or the virgin. It is the sign that is right after Leo. Leo represents the king or the celebrity in my opinion. With this, Leo risings are very, very noticeable. You're not going to miss a Leo rising. However, with Virgo rising, I think that's the one rising that everyone can not notice. You're not going to see a Virgo right away, but I do want to explain that even though Virgo risings are not easy to notice, you know they're there, but it's just very quiet and muted. Like I said earlier, Leo represents the king or celebrity, while Virgo represents the servant. You can't have a king without its servant, and you can't have a servant without the king. Like, these two need each other. So with that being said, a Leo rising can't really be as showy and noticeable as they are unless they have a very, muted, quiet person next to them. I mean, a Leo rising can stand out on its own, but what I'm trying to say here is that both risings have a presence, but this presence is different. And I kind of want to point this out because I don't want to say that Virgo risings don't exist. They actually very do exist. Like, you're going to notice a Virgo rising, but not in the way that you think. You're gonna know they're there, but they're not really there in a showy way. In fact, Virgo risings are actually pretty modest. You're not going to see a Virgo rising dressed in flamboyant colors. You're probably going to see them wear something a little more modest, something not low cut. This can be affected by other planets in the first house, however. So, in the 10th house. So, that could be wrong. I'm going to tie something into that. So since Virgo is a mutable rising, if you have any other planets in your first house or 10th house in my opinion, let's say you have Uranus. If you have Uranus in the first house with a Virgo rising, you may dress in a way that's kind of wacky. Uranus can actually kind of overshadow your Virgo rising because it's so freaking quirky. And with that in mind, then you might look a little more quirkier than the average Virgo rising. Virgo rising is a rising that can be easily blended and it can be easily overshadowed. And the reason why is because Virgo represents the servant. Virgo risings are, like I said, one, harder to notice, and two, they're kind of quiet. You're not going to see a Virgo making a scene. You're going to see a Virgo just quietly observing their surroundings. I'm going to go deeper into that. Virgo risings, when it comes to their surroundings, they notice everything. If you have a Virgo rising friend, they're that one friend that will come up to you, they'll whisper into your ear and say, "Hey, did you see that stain on that girl's shirt?" They're that friend. Like I said earlier, Virgo represents the virgin. When you're a virgin, taking away the sexual connotations with that word, when you're a virgin, it technically means that you haven't experienced something. You are fresh, you are untouched, you haven't experienced a certain experience. When you're a Virgo and you're represented by this, every experience is like a hit, like a slap to the face. Like, everything just feels like it's the first time. To help you understand this, think about the first time you've ever done something. I feel like that in a way can kind of apply to Virgo. And when you apply this to their risings, Virgos can be very aware of their surroundings. They're very detail oriented. Like, Virgo risings are the type of people where they'll get ready, they'll try to look, modest, okay, decent, whatever. And they'll look at the mirror, and let's say this Virgo rising is a girl who wears makeup. If she looks at the mirror and she sees that her eyeliner or anything looks wrong, she's going to fix that because it's going to bother the heck out of her for the rest of the day. That's Virgo rising for you guys. Virgo risings, they just notice everything, and if they're bold enough, they'll tell you what they notice. And depending on the person, they can either take this in a very good way or in a very bad way. Because Virgo risings, they're just going to simply tell you like what they notice. People, they have, you know, different levels of confidence, self-esteem, you know, stuff like that. So some people may think that Virgo risings are very intelligent, observant, very insightful, very nice, kind, intelligent people. And they appreciate it when a Virgo rising comes up to them and says, hey, I noticed this and this, so, you know, just letting you know that. However, if you're a person who doesn't like to be corrected in a petty way, if you're a person who doesn't like to be noticed on the small details, you may find a Virgo rising to be very threatening, or very cold, or very critical. Let's say you have food in your teeth and you don't like it when people notice and tell you. You'd rather just notice it yourself and just, you know, do away with it. A Virgo rising can come up to you and be like, hey, there's like something in your teeth. And, you know, if you're not gonna take it well, you could think that Virgo risings are just very petty. So when it comes to physical appearances with Virgo, like I said earlier, Virgos are modest. They're not going to show a lot of skin. They're going to be leaning on the conservative side. They might wear muted colors. They're not going to try to stand out. When it comes to their physical appearances in general, since Virgo naturally rules the 6th house, which is the house of health, Virgo risings can be very attentive to their body, or what goes in their body and what comes out of their body. Virgo risings can be very attentive to what they eat. I'm trying to think of all the people that I know with a Virgo rising. For me, I can't really pinpoint a very common physical characteristic a Virgo rising may have, because I feel like it's more of a vibe than a physical kind of thing, because Virgo, like I said earlier, is mutable. I feel like when it comes to a Virgo rising with physical appearance, I feel like your other influences in your natal chart can certainly affect your appearance, but then the Virgo rising will make it to where it's more quiet and muted, like I said before. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to appearance. That's pretty much my video on Virgo risings. Comment below on which rising sign you guys want me to cover next. Please tell me your experiences with a Virgo rising or as a Virgo rising. I would love to hear your input, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, bye. Thanks for watching.